Hello everyone at YouTube, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass a TOEFL IBT. Now if you're watching this video, you probably need to get 26 points or higher on the speaking section of the exam. Am I right? If that doesn't apply to you, you can stop watching the video now. Now if you know anybody else who also needs to get 26 on speaking, you might want to email them the link to this video. Now I want to talk about one specific thing, one thing that you can do with your language use to improve your TOEFL score. Now of course we all know that getting a score 26 depends on a number of factors. Everything has to go well, I think, at the same time during the speaking in order to get 26. For example, you want to have good pronunciation, you want to have good control of your vocabulary and your grammar, and you also want to have topic development, which means you have a clear pattern of organization and appropriate supporting details. But today, language use. Now here's my tip. When you're speaking, try to be consistent in the point of view that you're using. You have really three possibilities. We have the I, the me, the my. That first person singular point of view, that's very common for the independent speaking tasks. You also have the he, she, it, or maybe they, that third person singular plural point of view. That's going to be more common for the integrated speaking tasks. Now what I'm saying is be careful and try not to switch inadvertently from one point of view to the other. That's a very common language use error. Right? Now to help demonstrate this, let's take a look at a student at my online TOEFL course. So she's answering the question, which do you think is better? Living on campus in dorms or living off campus in apartments? Now of course it says you. Now, it doesn't mean, even though it says you, it doesn't mean that you need to use the you point of view. It means that you need to be focusing on the I, the me, or the my point of view. That way you can present an argument, you can give some personal experience and explain whether or not you like living on campus or living off campus in apartments, right? So be careful about the switching. We call this point of view shifts in either speaking or writing. You don't want to do them on the writing task. You don't want to do them during the speaking task. Okay, so let's go back so we know what the question is. I want you to go ahead and listen to the whole task. It's just 48 seconds, and then we'll go back and we'll focus on the introduction, and I will tell you what the language use error is, and then I will show you how you can correct this problem.
Although living off campus can give you a sense of relaxation since you are not all the time in the place you study, I prefer living on campus. My first reason is that it saves time that can be invested in studying because you don't take too much long to go to the classrooms. My second reason is that it saves money since you are not running your own car or paying bus tickets. I remember the time when I was studying my MBA in Mexico. This was crucial since I was having classes very early. I needed lots of time for studying, and the traffic there is really complicated. So being on campus really helped me a lot.
Okay, so now let's go back to the beginning and just focus on the first few seconds. Now, I'll play it one more time. Do you notice? Part of, I think, improving your own language use is to notice when there's errors in your speaking. So let's listen to the beginning again.
Although living off campus can give you a sense of relaxation since you are not all the time in the place you study, I prefer...
Did you get that? So the writer says you in the beginning, in the dependent clause, although you blah blah blah, and then in the main part of the sentence shifts to I. So that's what you don't want to do. It's better to keep it all in the I point of view. That's what I'm saying, and it prevents that awkward shift from the first to the second person point of view, and it's more consistent, which means it makes the ideas stick together a little bit better. So one more time.
Although living off campus can give you a sense of relaxation
So the writer needs to say there, although living off campus can give me a sense of relaxation,
since you are not all the time in the place you study.
Since I am not all the time the place that I study. And then,
I prefer living on campus.
Now, if you don't want to say I there, you're talking about people generally, then you can say maybe students or a student. You might say all those students like to live off campus for relaxation purposes and they want to get away from their university, then they might prefer to blah, blah, blah. So the main thing here is, in my opinion, it's better to stay consistent with the point of view. So I told Gloria, I was telling her to be careful about not shifting into that impersonal second-person point of view. We do it a lot in conversational English, but the TOEFL exam is not just about having a conversation, but it's about demonstrating your ability to have good pronunciation, good language use, and also good topic development. So this video is showing you one thing you can do to avoid a language use error, which is awkward shifts in point of view. Now, if you're not sure what I'm talking about, if you want a little bit more on this, go to Google. Type in the keywords, be consistent in your point of view in writing or speaking. Right? And you can find some good web pages that will give you more information in that area. Alright, now if you want more information about my online TOEFL course, you can go to onlinetoeflcourse.com. Now, if you have a comment that you want to make at the end of this, underneath this video, if you want to make a comment below, how about this? What language use problems do you want to avoid when you're doing the speaking section of the TOEFL exam? Or if you have some good tips on how to improve your speaking generally, you can also post those in the comment section under this video.